Hey y'all. I did not mean to say hey y'all so excited, but hey. Anywho, today I'm just gonna go ahead and jump in because I gotta say this stuff before I forget. But today I wanna jump into the topic of closure and healing and letting go. So recently I decided to reconnect with family that I have not seen or talked to in years. Whenever the time comes where I'm comfortable sharing that more about that, I will get more into that story. For right now, I'm not quite ready for that. But as I made the decision to do this, I always told myself that I would not go in this direction until I knew that I was healed enough to handle it. And if you listen to the statement I just gave you, I said the word me, right? I think that too often when let me back up. When you're seeking closure in others instead of finding the closure in yourself, sometimes it's a trap, and sometimes you have an unrealistic expectation of how things should go. So when you create unrealistic expectations, you often don't get this closure that you think you're going to get from reconnecting or talking to people. So what on earth am I talking about? What I'm saying is that I knew that I had to deal with the trauma and the hurt and the pain that I experienced from this family that I decided to reconnect with. I had to deal with had to deal with that in a way that worked best for me before I could ever reach out to them. I was not going to get that healing from talking to them decades later. See, the unhealed version of me, if I reached out to them, I would just be triggered by everything they said. But when you are healed, you're able to see things from a different lens and receive information differently, but also you don't place these expectations on things. Because when you place those expectations on things, you're disappointed when it doesn't go the way that you've created it in your head. And what I'm saying is, everybody is dealing with their own stuff, right? Everybody has their trauma. Everybody has a past. Everybody has things they've been through. And when you take all of that and you ball it all up together, that is what creates people and who they are as an individual. And so because of that, you expecting them to give you closure is not fair to put that on them. I cannot expect this family to. All I know is I did my part. If they did or didn't go to therapy, that has nothing to do with me. As for me, I went to therapy. I had the hard conversations. I did the deep healing, and I'm still healing. And that is when I knew I was ready. So, because I know that I'm healed, and I have elevated, and I'm at a different level in my life, that means that me approaching them is as the best version of myself. Which means that when you are your best version of yourself, there's nothing the other person can say or do or anything that they can present to you that's triggering, right? So I challenge you that if you are looking to get closure from reconnecting with someone, to shift that and do your part. All you can do is do your part and show up in the best way that you can. What that other person does is not up for you to decide. It has nothing to do with you and the part that you have done for your own being. Because when you truly take that journey of working past your own pains and your own triggers and your own hurt, then them sharing their stories or whatever you expect to have from this reconciliation does not faze you. So with that in mind, when I decided to reconnect with my family, I went into it as I just desire a relationship with them. I don't care what transpired. I don't care what happened, because I've already dealt with that part of me. I've already healed that part of me. So I'm not seeking that from me. See? So because I'm not seeking closure or anything else from them, now I can approach it from a different perspective, versus the old me would have gone into it and then they say one thing that sets me off, that's it. And as a result, sometimes when you are reconnecting with others and they see the growth in you and the healing in you, it causes them to change, right? Because if you have two hurt people coming together and both of them are seeking closure, or both of them are not getting the closure that they want to get, one or both of them is going to be triggered, and it's going to be a never-ending circle that does not make progress, right? However, you do have the right, if you decide to, seek closure or reconnect or whatever have you, however this is resonating with you, if you reach out to said person and you do still feel triggered, then that lets you know that you're not quite healed or ready for it, right? As for me, when I decided to reconnect with my family, I already told myself, one, if they don't respond, that's fine. Two, if this is not developed into a healthy relationship, that's fine. Three, if nothing comes from this, that's fine. And that's because, again, this goes back to what a point I originally made, that I already made peace with it within myself because of the healing that I took. I don't need the peace from them that I already got from myself and from the steps I took to heal. So the letting go piece of this message that I mentioned in the beginning of this video is basically learning how to let go of your unrealistic expectations and let go of the closure, because you may not get it. And do I feel like I've gotten a closure from the conversations I've been having with my family so far? I can't say that I'm getting closure, but I'm also not seeking closure. I'm seeking love and new memories and starting fresh and creating a blank page. So I can't tell you if there's closure or not, but what I do know is the part I have done for myself to already have a sense of closure, to not have to worry about that. So I'll leave you with this. There was a time in my life where I had not quite entered this healing journey, so it didn't make sense to me, but someone had once told me, when they had told me that you may not get the closure that you're seeking from said person, you have to find it in yourself. When that find it in yourself part just made no sense to me whatsoever. I was like, what you mean find it in myself? You want me to talk to self and say forgive them? It didn't really make sense until I truly received the correct, or I shouldn't say received, took the correct steps towards the healing journey, and did the proper therapy and did the proper introspection, that I realized, this is what they mean. Finding the healing within yourself basically means you do the work for yourself, that you become so less triggered by things and so elevated that you don't need anything from anybody else to get you to that point. See, I'll leave it there. Well, all right, that was I hope that helps someone. If you're new here, welcome, and thank you for watching my video. And if you could, it helps me out if you like, comment, subscribe, or share this with someone else who is trying to seek closure or is in the process of reconnecting and battling with that. Maybe share this with them. This might help them. And until the next video, y'all. Bye for now, friend.